What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So as y'all know, today is indeed Wednesday, which means a new summit is now live here at Motorfest. With that, you're going to have the chance to get the Red Storm Underglow, which looks kind of cool, I think. Maybe not, maybe a little bit. We are then going to have the Pontiac GTO The Judge there in gold. That is also going to be an old Motor Pass vehicle, so if you don't have it, at least you are now going to have a chance to get it. Besides that, looking at the Forces of Nature Summit here, it is going to be on the interesting side. We are going to have 2 helicopter events, 2 powerboat, and 2 Rallycross races. We're then going to have an escape, a buoy smashing, and a speed trap. The first thing I'm going to talk about here is going to be the skills. Then I'll talk about the helicopter events, the rally, and then finally the powerboat. But for the first skill though, here is going to be a speed trap. Now for this one, I did end up using a hypercar. You could probably use a drag car if you want, but the way I did end up doing this one was I pretty much spawned in, turned around, and basically went toward the mountain a bit. I guess up it toward like that weird castle type of thing, or like the monument thing. Went past that, went onto the road, turned around, went toward it. Basically drove on that, hit my nitrous, went down the hill, went toward the objective, and got around 244 miles an hour. With that, it got me around 126,000 points. I honestly could probably go back in, but to be real, I do not see a point of doing that. We are then going to have a buoy smashing, I gotta admit, and on top of that, it's probably going to be similar to the slaloms, but I almost gotta say in some ways these kind of feel really brainless though. All you need is a score breaker, you can go insanely slow, hit the buoys and all that, and you will easily get yourself a maxed out score without even trying. In fact, my entire run was going to be awful. I still got 113,000 points, man, really is insane. Also, I want to mention, by the way, my voice might be sounding a tad funny. I'm battling some allergies right now, which is making my throat a bit dry, so yeah, it might not sound 100%, but regardless though, the escape here is also going to be fairly simple. You most likely have noticed it. It is not going to be a new skill, probably because we've done it before. You then want to turn around, go toward the objective, follow that road going around the tennis court thing, pretty much staying on that, and I would probably say the biggest thing is most likely going to be the traffic. But overall though, I would say this one's going to be fairly simple if you can get around that one corner. Besides that, we're then going to start talking about the lovely helicopter events. I gotta admit, guys, these are going to be way easier than I thought. Also, if you are wondering, by the way, you do not need to use the $30 helicopter on it, which is going to be the Chase Squad edition, which is literally with a livery. But no, you do not need the $30 helicopter to do it. You can easily run the regular A500, that's what I did end up doing. And for this, I managed to get around 143,000 points. And let me point out, by the way, no pun intended, it was not a great run. In fact, I did not even get perfect on every single objective. I managed to get around 3 minutes and 5 seconds, could easily get under 3 minutes, but don't really see a point of doing that for maybe another 2 or 3,000 points. And also the helicopters are kind of slow, so yeah, not that interesting. And for the other event, which is going to be the Cloud Piercer, it's probably going to be very similar to the other event. For this, guys, I would actually recommend, for one, you don't have to have a full gold set on your vehicle. In fact, all I did end up having was legit going to be random gold parts on it. I was going to have some random pure and also extra pump and stuff. Having Perfectionist and Gateway is also going to be great for the nitrous you get from the objective, or like the points you might fly through, but besides that, I would say these are going to be fairly simple. Also, watch out for the wind because it's honestly kind of annoying, which is going to be part of the powerboat events as well, where there's going to be wind in those. For this one, you have to use the Widebody. I would say it's a decent boat. It's also going to be a 2-lap event. This one's pretty easy to do. And then for the other powerboat event, this one is no restriction, so I did notice many people using the Vector V40R. So I was like, alright, well let me try out the Proto WR1. Turns out I feel like you could probably run multiple different boats on these events. They all seem to do very well. The big thing I did notice is, again, watching out for the wind, but getting some air guys off the waves or hitting some waves and jumping. Hit your nitrous in midair because you legit get so much speed, it really doesn't make that much sense, but it is definitely going to make you much faster. And then finally though, the last 2 events here are both going to be in the Rallycross category. Funny part is you also have to use the Lancia Rallye 037 on both of them. And you guys know what's also really hilarious to me with both of these events? You can't even have a full summit being only Rallycross. You know why? Because there is legit only 3 Rallycross events in the entire game, so you could not even fill up a summit with those. Kind of unfortunate. For the first one, though, you guys will probably recognize this one. It is going to be the same race you had to do in that crazy van a long time ago, to where there was legit a lot of turns in this. Yeah, it's going to be foggy. The biggest thing is the amount of hairpin turns in this event. Also, the 037 is kind of wonky with its handling. Ask me how I know, because the other event you have to use it is going to be around 5.5+ minutes to do it. With that, I also ran no pro settings, and yeah, you can definitely tell the car's got no settings on it because of the way it did handle. Was it going to be the worst vehicle? Well, I gotta admit no, but it is also going to be fairly wonky. Funny part is I got 5 minutes and 56 seconds on this one, and you know what? It was not a great run at all. In fact, it was honestly pretty awful. But besides all of that, though, I would say this summit was decently entertaining, even though I would admit many players are probably not going to like this one. Could be due to the fact of the helicopter, the power boats, and also on top of that, we are going to have some of the worst rewards ever. But besides all of that, though, do let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Let's jump right into this.